which bring us back to the lens. Let me tell you, you're completely wrong, you have no idea what you're talking about. So, I mean, when we see the big picture, we know, okay, listen carefully, every country, every conflict is producing population exchange. It happened between Poland and Ukraine, it happened to the ethnic Germans from all Central Europe, it happened between India and Pakistan, it happened again and again. Yes, the lands that were part of Germany are now part of Poland. And the only one group that is asking for the lands again, you know, let me tell you, there is a German group. They are called BVD, the ex-police organization, something like that. Everybody knows that they are not only warmongers. They are neo-Nazi. They want to destabilize, sorry my pronunciation, to destabilize the whole area, again, Central Europe. So that's what you want? This is where you are, together with the neo-Nazis? Show me one example of right of return. Show me. Please, do me a favor. I'm asking again and again. I'm visiting so many American universities. Show me one case. I can show you, by the way, one case, because you cannot. But I can show you. Dayton Agreement, 1995, the end of Yugoslavia war. 200,000 of Serbs received the right of return to Croatia. You don't know, but I'm telling you. And you know what? Yes, it is written in the agreement, Dayton Agreement. But it was never carried out. Let's go on. Cyprus, 74, not 48, but 74. There is a solution of the EU, European Union, and of Kofi Annan, the former Secretary General of the UN. One thing that agreement, we can say it's good, we can say it's bad, I don't go to details. One thing this agreement does not include, right of return. Again, we are speaking about 74. Here are facts, but you keep on with so many lies against Israel. Now, the main question is, what do you want? I'm asking you, seriously, what do you want? What do you want? Do you want two states for two peoples, or that you want to keep on endlessly with the war? And I'll tell you one more thing. It's not Israelis who pay the price. I mean, yes, it's not easy. Yes, we must have a very strong army. Yes, we must. But the people who are suffering are the Palestinians. In refugee camps in Lebanon, in refugee camps in Gaza, in so many other places. There are something like endless proposals to solve the problem. It was all rejected again and again. Because they want only one thing, to perpetuate the problem. And you know what? So many Palestinians want to be part of the Jewish state. They do everything that they can just because, well, you know, it's better life in Israel. Equal rights. You're speaking about few Arabs. It's not few, it's 20% of the population. And they're doing much better than in any other Arab country. I conducted one more comparative research about Arab Muslim minorities in Britain, in France, in Germany, in the United States, and in Israel. Muslim minorities, diasporas. I took only some countries. Let me tell you, give you the results. The best place for Muslims to live around the world is the United States. Second best place in the world for Muslims to live is Israel. Much better than Britain, much better than France, much better than Germany. I'm talking about only objective parameters, like education, like employment. But of course, it's so nice to sit in Britain or South Africa or Germany and to tell Israel that Israel is an apartheid state. Wow! Without knowing the basic facts. Here is the reality. We are not perfect, by the way. we Israelis are not perfect. Many times we are making mistakes. And when we make mistakes, we have the system of self-criticism, which does not exist in so many other places. I'm not talking only about the Muslim world, I'm talking even about Europe. We know exactly how to criticize ourselves. Let me tell you something, we are the most criticized nation, and maybe the most self-criticized nation in the world. We are experts in self-criticism, to the limit that it became lunatic in a way. Lunatic. We are not perfect, but we are, sorry to say, in any comparison, we are behaving much better than most democratic countries in the world. But we are not perfect. Yes, I think Arabs should get much more equality than what they have now. Yes, I think a lot of things should be done in Israel. And yes, I think settlements is not the right thing to do. But even according to the peace proposals, we are talking about the blocks. Yes, we are talking about the blocks. Nobody can evacuate them. Yet, with all the blocks, yet we are speaking about between 94 to 96% of the territories that will be Palestinian territories, just if they will accept the very simple idea of 2 states for 2 peoples, which they reject. One more thing, let me end. In 91, immediately after the first Gulf War, between 400 to 600, there is a debate how many Palestinians were forced out from Kuwait because they supported Saddam Hussein. Who absorbed them? Do you know? Or where did they want to go to? If you don't know, Israel. So, let me finish, let me conclude. Criticism is legitimate. Lies are not legitimate. Everyone should have his own opinions. I don't think that everyone should have his own facts. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ben Dror. I think you effectively challenged this young woman sitting here. Can we have questions, please? Yes. And please give your name and to whom you're addressing the question.
Okay, so my name is Sarah. My first question is actually to you. I'd like to know exactly who Marissa Shapiro is, because we failed to receive a CV, and how can we listen to what she said without knowing exactly who she is? So with a little research, I can say that this panel was not a real panel debate, but rather a simulation. Through realizing that's a simulation, I still want to ask the question of, both of you provided ideas of one-for-one situations where you basically gave us accounts of what you thought was right. We as the youth are youth that want to act and want to be part of creating a solution. How, with this kind of information, do we just find a solution when we're playing a blame game? If we don't want to be part of a blame game, how do we come to clear resolution and negotiate to find a solution? And what is the course of action that each of you would suggest the youth should be taking to find a solution to this problem?
Okay, I wasn't going to say anything about Manessa until after the debate, but you brought it up. We debated whether we should get somebody who was really pro-Palestinian into this debate, and we decided we wouldn't do that. Manessa is a member of Media Team Israel. She is extraordinarily pro-Israel and had a very, very difficult time getting these facts. What she did basically was investigate the industry of lies, and she put out those lies for you so that they could be challenged, which I think you all agree Ben Dror has done brilliantly. That's from my part. From their part, I think I'll hand it over so that they can answer your question.
Let me tell you something. There was someone here that complained when we did not hear the other side. I have a question to you, seriously. How many times when pro-Palestinians appeared in your universities, there was the other side to refute the lies? I'm asking you. I mean, the struggle here is something like about 99% of the discourse is against Israel. And when one time, some people are trying to look at the real facts, then they ask, hey, what about the 99%? You have them all the time, unfortunately. You have them here in the media. You have them in your universities. So for one time, no more lies. No more lies. For one time, I mean, take the opportunity and use it. Now, everything that I gave you, speaking about data, speaking about information, speaking about numbers, I gave you a lot. It is all in, I don't know, 1 or 2 days is going to appear in your website of the Israeli Center. Challenge me. Maybe I was wrong. Every number that I gave you, please challenge me. Don't take me for granted. I'm a researcher. Every topic that I'm speaking about, I conducted a research. Please challenge me. Do me a favor. I'm asking it not to you. I'm not telling it to you, because most of you, I guess, believe every word that I said, but I'm telling it to so many other students in so many, mainly, not only, American universities. Don't take me for granted. I gave you so many comparisons. I argued again and again, Israel is not violating human rights, and if Israel does, and sometimes it happens, it is much less comparing to any other conflict. Check me, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm misleading you, maybe. But take the opportunity in order to learn the real facts. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself, not for me. Because you are so many times challenged with so many lies. Take the opportunity and learn the real facts, not in order to be pro-Israelis or to be pro-Palestinians. I'm telling you again, I am pro-Palestinian, I am pro-Israeli, I am pro-peace. I do support any peace initiative. I am supporting. Maybe, you know what, maybe even in Israel I belong to the minority. But I had enough, as part, let me tell you personally, I am coming from the peace camp. And for so many years, I could hear so many lies. My turning point, to let you, is connected to South Africa. My turning point. Because so many years, I went all the way to meet Yasser Arafat years ago. In '92, before the Oslo Agreement, I hope you know what I'm speaking about when I speak about. And for many years, of course, I was a big supporter of any kind of peace. And then something happened. I'll tell you when. 2001, here in South Africa. The Durban Conference, to those of you who don't know what it was, the Durban Conference was a UN conference against racism and all forms of discrimination. But it turned to be a festival of hatred against Israel. And for me, as a peace activist, it was a kind of shock. What's going on? And I asked many of my friends, what the hell have you done so? One bullet, one Jew. And this is the new anti-Semitism that we are facing. Trying to disguise itself to anti-Zionism, to negate the only one people, the very basic right of self-determination, to demonize again and again, to single out Israel again and again. So that's what we are facing many times. So many lies. I did not, by the way, even after the Durban conference, I did not change my views. There is one thing that I changed in my way. I'm not buying the lies anymore. That's all. I'm a peace activist. I'm pro-peace. I'm for two states, for two peoples. But we had enough with the lies, because the lies are the biggest obstacle to peace. You have to understand it. The lies are the biggest obstacle, and as more we are attracted to this industry of lies, we prevent peace. And people have to understand it. And people many times do not understand it. Because this kind of language, BDS, it was mentioned here again and again. Let me tell you something. BDS is not against occupation. The leaders of the BDS say in their own voice, we are against the very existence of Israel. One big Palestinian state, that's what they want. They are not for human rights. They are manipulating so many people, again and again. But we have to know the facts, because otherwise we cannot fight this new anti-Semitism. I have no other name, I'm sorry. We have to know the facts in order to promote peace, in order you ask about what is the solution. The solution is peace. But in order to let the peace prevail, we have to know the facts. But so many out there are manipulated, are brainwashed, with so many lies against Israel. Yes, criticize Israel. Yes, express yourself if you want against the settlements. Fair enough. And not only about the settlements. Yes, we don't have any exemption from criticism. I'm not asking for any exemption as in Israel. I'm asking only one thing. Enough with the double standards. Enough with singling out Israel out of all the nations. That's what I'm asking for. Something which is very basic, which is very human, which is very decent. Thank you.
Okay, I just want to say I agree totally with Ben Dror. The only way to move forward is to learn. And I'm quite happy, I said to Bev earlier, I am quite happy to meet with anybody at any time and go through every point I have made here and give you the correct version of it. I know when I talk about Resolution 242, I gave it to you totally out of context, completely out of context, the wording incorrect, there was no immediate, there was no the occupied territories. So I'm able to explain it to you, I'm able to go through it with you. But you have to read, you have to study, you have to debate it with people to learn the true facts. And I'm happy to do this with any of you at any point. Okay.
Yes, Yannick.
I have three questions for Bedo. Actually, I know it's not a workshop walking towards the Israeli apartheid bill, but as you have quite a lot of knowledge and you just, sorry? So I'm saying I know it's not an Israeli apartheid workshop, but as I know a lot of the students will be going to the universities and will be facing a lot of different questions. So I have, and we have some sort of simulation here, so I have like three questions that I'd like, if you can say how you think you can address them. One, you discussed the border with Gaza. So actually the Egyptian border is about 4.5 times smaller than the Israeli one. Now Israel controls the sea and the air on top and on basically most of the ways to Gaza, so that's question number one. The second is about the different budgets into schools of Arab and Israelis in Israel. So we know that Arab Israelis have the same rights, but there will come the question, so how come they get less budget? And the third one, regarding to Ben Zager, which actually happened 2 weeks ago, the prisoner X, what happened with Ben Zager, and now all the news are also discussing the line 300 and not the issue of that time with the Shabak and how that was covered, and I'm sure it will come up as well, you say democracy, how can this happen? So if you can just give us